What's going on, everyone? So I took some footage of when I started making some covers for these devotionals, and I kind of wanted to show what I did. I preface this in saying that I don't, since I have so many ways, I don't actually may not use these every day on time, but when I want to read it or I want to write something or study, I have it there, and I just wanted to make it more comfortable for me. So many of you know that you can get devotionals, the daily bread, and like this one, In Touch, for completely free. You make donations and stuff throughout the year during time, but these are completely free. And so I, get these. And like I said, I also am a very good fan of Charles Stanley. So I actually have these two, and they're just daily things. And sometimes I'll go through here day by day what the day is, and write in a journal or whatever. But I also have these. These are my main options, and so I just wanted to show what I did. So I have shown this in the clip, I believe, but I pieced these together slowly, getting it done. These journal refills, I got these from my beloved missing Tuesday morning, and I have a couple of these left, and I haven't went through them yet. And so with this, this is actually one that takes a lot of time. It's a little bit of work, but this is basically a 3-month thing, so I can utilize this for 3 months, and so I don't have to go back through using a journal. I could just write on here. So what I did was I used my punch board, my We Are Memory Keepers punch board, and I used the punches that would coordinate with this. So I could make holes in it and with spiral, and I just put some scrapbook paper in through the section off the different months. And then I made it to where I could write down my own little theme from day to day. So I put like one piece of paper in between so I could have my little writing there, devotional. So I really like how this turned out. And then I tied a piece of ribbon there, and then I could bookmark where I'm at for that day. And I thought that this was kind of cute, and I just wanted to share the process of doing that. And so this is that one. And then this one comes monthly. And so I wanted to do this one not as difficult, because you got to do it every month out before you know it, the month's over. So I just did a hardback book, and I was filming, and I didn't get through the whole complete thing because I didn't like how it was turning in the beginning. When you make a book, you put the two sides together, and I didn't have enough gap in the middle to open and close it good. And actually, I could have even made a bigger gap in between. That way I would have been able to get a little small notebook or devotional paper in it, but I still didn't make it big enough. So you can see, and I did show where I took it and ripped it out. So and started over again. So I used a different paper because I didn't like how it was going. It wasn't folding easily. So this is what I came up with. I took some scrap chipboard. I got the chipboard from some fabric samples that I got from Walmart. They were bind on the chipboard. And I just, instead of utilizing, instead of trashing it, I just utilized it. I said, oh, I can use this for something. And so I just cut the 2 pieces as good as I can. If you really get into this video, you'll see they're kind of rough on the edges. I don't have a big trimmer. My big trimmer, the lock on it, my Galantine trimmer, the lock on it is broken. And I have to be safety in my house because my daughter getting into everything. So I got rid of it and I haven't replaced it yet. Just reading reviews. The reviews suck for a big heavy duty trimmer. So, and I've always had problems with good trimmers. If I could design, I would design my own trimmer that I could just, the measurements would be right. It would have lighting on it. It would just, I don't know, it would just be accurate. There's so, the trimmer thing is a thing with me. But I can say that I always fall back to Fiskars. Like I use this one and then the smaller one on a daily, just ramble on for that. But I use several trimmers back and forth, but just to get the heavy duty chipboard, I need to get one of them. Anyway, the one that I get monthly, I didn't want to get into intricate and land into it, like I said, because you have to replace it out. So what I did is take some 2 chipboards and I wrapped some scrapbook paper in it. Doing over again, I would have put the inside paper in. I wanted to do it nice and smooth. I would have put it in on top of it. As you can see, it's on the bottom, and then I ended up wrapping this. So I would have ended up wrapping it on top of it. But this is, like I said, this is my personal copy. So I really don't care as long as I got it good down and good. So I took some tacky glue and a brush and just brushed on the glue with a paintbrush so we can get it nice and smooth. And then to get my edges down good, I just use some fabric tack. And then I use some decorative trim here to tie on. And I tied this at the top. That way it won't be bulky laying down, or you can put it at the bottom. And then I put this in here so it wouldn't by that. But I like this. That way I could have this. I can have it in, have something protecting it. That way it won't get all torn. And then I could have it, and then have it good for that month. And then the ones that I don't write on, or pages that I don't have a lot of notes on, I wanted to recycle these and put them into little journals. But hopefully I can get into that because I've been slow at getting into crafting, but hopefully I can get into that later. But I just wanted to show this. I thought that this was really cute. I took this and made this personalized so I can have this. Now I do get the, I don't have the exact measurements, but like I said, I just used what I had and it was a lot wider. And then I get for my eyes, I get the large print. So if someone has this, they may have the smaller prints, but this is a good idea that you could do with any kind of little book or anything that you want to protect like that. You can just make it a little wider and then wrap it with regular scrapbook paper. And I just wanted to show that. And then if I wanted to make notes or anything in there, I could just hang a simple pen on there and ready to go. Also, when I did this, with this one, I did do the taking 2 sheets of scrapbook paper and putting it on top, and I put my my seam line right there, kind of on purpose when I was putting it down, because I thought that I could put a little, instead of it being like in the back, I thought that I could put some bling or something on it, but I actually kind of just like it the way it is. And then I didn't want the bling to start popping off or anything, and I kind of just wanted to utilize this for a while and see how far I can go. If anything, maybe having like the little edges, getting utilized. But this is going to take me for a while, and to protect them when I get those in, and I can easily pop those in there. And so I just wanted to share this, and then this, and also I have a little bit of footage of how I put them together. So anyways, thanks for watching, and on to the clips. Okay, so I'm back with these little clips just to give you an idea of what I actually did. So this is how I received them in the mail, and then this is my spiral bound journal refill that I have. And I got to looking at that and then decided I would get some cardstock and make a little journal that I can write on and have it all together. So this is what I was saying about the refill, because I didn't even use all of, maybe half of the paper. I don't even think it was half, maybe a third of the paper that was in there. So when I am done with this quarter, these 3 months, I can take them out and do this again, refill with the paper. So I don't know, it was a half to a quarter. I have enough, I know, from that one pack to do another one. So you can see here, all I did was I went down and pried them all first, pried them all open, and then took them off. That is the We Are Memory Keepers punch that I use to punch through the paper. That clear protector on the front came with the journal refill, so I just utilized that and took them as a front and back cover. I took some seam binding and I covered just tied a bow on the top, and then I have there, you can see I can flip through and have that journal. So that project is completed. And then I went on to the other one, which is a monthly devotional. So with this one, I didn't want to do too much elaborate because it's every month, and I wanted to do something a little simpler. Just wanted something to cover it, because I know that they can get rips and stuff on the cover, and I'm just being extra, and of course I like to craft. So I have these two that came from some fabric, and so I just cut them down to size. A little raggedy they are, but it will do. And then that's my one sheet of 12 by 12 paper that I ended up at the end turning into two with a different set of scrapbook paper. Now this is the sticky back canvas. I don't believe they sell this anymore. This is from my stash, but they do sell it in the rolls. I know that. Now that I like this, I may stack up on some of the rolls, so I will have them too in my stash now that I know that I like this product. So I cut out two 2-inch strips of this for this project. I ended up recutting it because I had to take it apart, because as you can see here, I didn't make it wide enough, mainly because I'd only used the 12 by 12 sheet of paper, and the first time because I didn't glue two pieces together and make it wide enough. But you can see here, even with this 2-inch strip, look how little my gap is there. And so I have room on both sides that I can pull that apart and give it a better gap. And in the end, I will show you how that folds much, much better. And then you could even do a 3 or 4, or, just cut it as wide as you can, and then use a sticky back if you're going to put, something wider or so in it. But I was just using some fabric tack and gluing that down, and just did the same process with the final one that I did. I just wanted to give a visual on how I did there. See, this is when I pressed together, and right there I knew that I had messed up. I can see, as you can see, it barely folds, and you can barely just get a couple of sheets of paper in there, let alone a little pamphlet. So I knew that I couldn't trust the process, but I had went on and I was like, oh, let me see. So I added on the other strip, and then this gives you a little bit visual of how it goes on the other side. And then that is good too, that if you wanted to sew in some signatures or something, it's nice and sturdy using that sticky back canvas. So I wanted to show the process and then show how I redid it. I ripped it apart and just went from there, and see how easily that unfolds. So thanks for watching, and see you later, Craftinistas.